Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on this Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up all the Mystelics family for tuning into yet another vibrations. Big up on yourself one time. I appreciate you guys. And of course, the newcomers today, big up on yourself for tuning into these vibrations to see what's up with the madness that is going on in Dominica, brothers and sisters. Of course, I'm getting my reactions on it right there and then. So, of course, with the vibrations, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. Click the like button, brothers and sisters, to help push these videos further and further there. And of course, subscribe if you've not done so. It's subscribe and turn on our post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they do definitely tend to come through. Subscribe, click the bell, and click all, and you'll be notified when I post and publish my videos right here. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into vibrations. Of course, there was a crazy set of situation that took place in Salisbury, brothers and sisters. Speaking of it, as you can clearly see, people are bringing their washing machines. To do what exactly? That is the question that was being asked right there. Dragging your washing machine like that, most likely these washing machines, I don't think they are working at all, but they must be bringing them somewhere. Are they bringing them to fix? No, brothers and sisters. There's a situation in Salisbury, brothers and sisters, and of course has a lot to do with that of which has taken place last night, and of course a number of issues that were pertaining to that of the Salisbury people right there. So people blocking the road. I think the situation that took place with Hector John last night, brothers and sisters, you can tune in. I'll post that link in the first comment in the comment box below. Actually did the reaction, the vlog on it, that whole sentiment. I give you guys the whole synopsis of what exactly took place and why the people of Salisbury are definitely doing so. So I'll post that link in the first comment in the comment box below if you want to check that vibrations. Or you can do so right now. Go to Mystelics Vlogs, brothers and sisters, and you will definitely get that vibrations right. If you don't know how to spell it, Mystelics Reacts, just put vlogs at the end. Not blogs, vlogs, V, brothers and sisters. You can check that vibrations out right there. So the people of Salisbury were not playing any games today, not at all. Brothers and sisters, despite knowing that they faced RSS before, and they said this time they are standing firm on their rights, that of which no police can decide to come and do things. It's interesting that I'm trying to figure out, don't the police know their duties? Don't the police know their duties? Isn't their duty first to single-handedly protect the people as of us? Of course, as a result of yesterday, that was not the case at all. And it's interesting, we're going to be talking about a journalist in a moment in that regard right there. But apparently, the police apparently did not know who Salisbury or Bowie is. Bowie that there. What is Bowie, brothers and sisters? When the situation was unfolding, I'm not sure exactly, but I was told that when the situation was unfolding, wow, you know.
Yeah, coming down.
Coming down. With their stuff. Apparently, they don't know who. That Bowie that girl. What? Whoa. Brothers and sisters, when it looks like the independency of our communities in Dominica, brothers and sisters, I have to say that Bowie is single-handedly handling the independence, or true independence of Dominica. Because the Dominican authorities has been consistently just bombarding and breaking down the people. But apparently Salisbury still has hope in itself. And of course, Salisbury is the #1 community in Dominica when it comes down to economic advancements. I'm talking about the rest of the constituencies. Salisbury, they are the ones who pretty much rock the show, stay easy right there. And they still have a level of independence. It seems like the other nations, or not the other nations, the other communities in Dominica are being beaten badly. Brothers and sisters, on the merit of what took place yesterday, we saw police ultimate brutality taking place. Now tell me what this vehicle had to do with I have no idea, but apparently they put tear gas. Or they must have made a mistake, they probably couldn't aim, and bow, they put tear gas in the person vehicle. And now look at them trying to take out the tear gas from the person vehicle. You know, it's interesting.
Tear gas, they send in the person car like that, tear gas. And they say tear gas.
If the person vehicle like catch fire, you know, you have to bite back. Whatever damages has been made as a result of this tear gas, they have to pay for it. Whoever's vehicle is there, make sure that the police pays for it. Yes, you shouldn't. No money should come out from your pocket in that regard. You know, they are the ones who did this. Now, I have a problem with Dominicans on the merit of things. They are allowing police to do whatever they want with them, legal or illegal, brothers and sisters, most likely on the illegal merit. And then they just stay there and take it. Brothers and sisters, it is now time that we believe, or we should know for ourselves, that we must learn the laws of Dominica. And this is one of the reasons why we're going to talk about the journalists in the wild, brothers and sisters. We must learn the laws of Dominica. There's also something very interesting when it comes down to this. But you guys must not let police do whatever they want with all you. Police are the servants of the people. In fact, police were trained to ensure that they do what? De-escalate. Not escalate, apparently what we're seeing in Dominica. They're looking to escalate the situation. Now I saw, I think it's in the French islands where the people were also protesting and certain things happened to the individuals and the police were taking care of the people. But not in Dominica, no? I saw a police officer pelting stone to the point where JJ had to stop him from pelting the stone. Can you imagine that? Not outstanding that people were throwing stones, you know. People were definitely throwing stones. But it's not the people that are the trained ones. You guys are. How on earth you are supposed to be the trained one to help de-escalate this situation? But no, you're picking up more stone to throw behind the people that send stone behind you. The people are not trained for these measures. In fact, you guys are escalating this situation. Escalating this situation. The people are fighting for their rights. Saying that we do not want what will pass on the electoral reform. Boy, wasting so much money. My God. So much money, eh? You know, and that's what is happening in Dominica, unfortunately. People cannot stand up for their own right. But it's interesting, brothers and sisters, sometimes you fight against the very police, but the police are actually on your side. It's just that when the police is on your side, they are just doing their jobs. Remember when JJ was telling guys, escalate, and the police apparently were probably afraid to escalate, or they probably didn't want to escalate, or they're probably looking like they want to intimidate people by dressing up. Brothers and sisters, I don't understand how you plain dress. There's no wars in Dominica for people to be frightened. You cannot frighten people on the mess. You dress up in your thing, look like you're gone. What you going to do? No, it's not prepared. You going to get prepared to be sued. But they'll notice that most of the people don't have much money. I think the lawyers in Dominica should work together with the people. Work together with the people. Instead of trying to get $7,000 or $8,000 or whatever amount of money you want to get for people to get your assistance so you can think, pitch in with the people. When the police has done brutality against the very citizens, you must win. It's a must. And then all you can share the thing half-half. If it's $100,000, the person have to get the person 50-50, they win. Or 40-60, whichever, brothers and sisters. Is a win case. Come on, lawyers, we need to do better than this in the nature of the Caribbean. Because the more they're victimizing people, the more that the police will think that it is okay. And there's a video there, we're going to talk about that in a moment, brothers and sisters.
Take gas, it's in a big hole.
The person that have that vehicle, make sure they pay for the damages of your vehicle. And make sure they pay for the time as well. Because you have the right to go. How they can send tigers? Well, let me not see. Let me leave that there, brothers and sisters. Moving along in that regard, brothers and sisters. Talking about throwing stones. Or stones, matter of fact. We had this individual, of course, one of the truckers, I remember him. 20 years! Don't you feel, Papa Voodoo? 20 years of your life has just gone down the drain. This is the very individual himself right there. And he's mad at his vexed, brothers and sisters, about the certain circumstances that is taking place.
We need a truckload of stones up there. Can you please come along with a load of stones? We need some stones up there.
And EMONEWS will not take responsibility for any statements.
It is my views.
You have to put your disclaimer.
And I have a request. We need a truckload of stones up by the statue by Fort Young up there. If you have a truckman and you can get us a load of stone, we need a load of stone effectively, immediately.
That's probably where the truckers coming with the load of stones. But brothers, who knows what the stones were for? Who knows? Do you? Did he admit to using? Maybe he wanted to put the stones in the place where of the statue, the maroon statue. Maybe he wanted to do that. Who knows what the stone was for? I mean, we have an idea what the stones could have been used for. But, I mean, he's not implicating himself in any way, shape, or form. And then apparently people saw that, and even people from America wanted to do something. People were packaging their stones to send down, because apparently Dominica don't have stones. Packaged. FedEx delivery, brother and sister. Yo, that's crazy right there. To Dominica. Yo. That's funny, man. Anyways, it's not just making it kicks on that. But something I saw right there, brother and sister, was very interesting. Now, a question I must ask, brothers and sisters, in America, that, you know, it was supposed to be a peaceful protest and people wanted to, you know, make sure that their voices were heard at Parliament, which the people definitely do have the right to do. And that's why I think people need to understand the law and learn the laws for themselves. Learn the laws for themselves. Brothers and sisters, when it comes down to parties and all those kind of things, it doesn't matter who they're there. The laws should be guiding individuals. Apparently, the police don't seem to be working with the law. I saw they put out a statement talking about peaceful protest does not involve violence. But who was the one instigating the violence? Not all you. The people want to go and make even one of the ladies was talking about when there was a certain situation that was passing, the people went and they could make noise by Parliament and obviously let the people's voice be heard. I mean, even in a democratic country, the people are not happy about what you are pushing. Don't you not come to the people to speak to them and say, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we none of this is happening, none. And they send the police for the people, brothers and sisters. Interesting when you look at what is taking place. So if the police is sending tear gas, my goodness, what should the people do? Got they home? They are fighting for their rights. What should they do? That is a good question, ain't it? If the police is sending tear gas and rubber bullets and stuff, I could collect it and buy one. If you saw my vlog, brothers and sisters, they bullet my foot. For me, they rubber bullet my foot for me, brothers and sisters. Right there. What should the people do? What? Can somebody tell me what they should do? Or sometimes we want to pretend as if we don't know what we should do. What should the people do? Just take blows? In the land that the people who are giving you blows supposed to be your servants? Talk to me, I don't know. Talk to me, brothers and sisters. I need to know right there. However, brothers and sisters, I firmly believe that there are better measures and better ways to do certain things. Don't take stones. Stones to do what? Use David and Goliath? No. You have the aim of David and Goliath? No. Some of it doesn't even pray to even get to be able to have the slingshot ability that David had. But there's a particular individual who was given a different sort of way to solve problems. And I think he's on the right track right there. It might be a little disgusting, but still, brothers and sisters, I think that is a good measure.
You just going around punching man in the head, shooting people, twist them down, slap them up in the head, you know.
That sounds like legality. Huh? That sounds legal in the public sphere. That sounds okay.
Because I just bend down there and I put on the smelling shit and I burst in plastic up in your face. I tell you now, yeah, I just bend down there and I burst plastic up in your face. Burst the plastic up in your mouth. Burst the plastic up in
projectile of fecal matter just flying like spatter arrows, brothers and sisters, and just landing on this popo. I think that'd be interesting if that were to happen. Projectile of fecal matter.
Burst the plastic up in your mouth. Problem only want to know. I put in that whole wrong about smell.
They can handle stone. They can handle it. They are shields and stuff. But when that thing splat, boy, that thing. That's not funny, you know, brothers and sisters. That could work on a reel. That could work on a reel. Nobody gets injured. You just, might get pink eye, or something of that sort. The officers, do not harm people. Try not to do these things. When you escalate the matter, sometimes you have to make people smell it. Sometimes you have to make them even taste it as well. When that thing splatter, very interesting stuff right there.
I put in a whole wrong about smelling. I better know never bag of poo-poo. And I put in a whole wrong about smelling. Probably only one, all you forget how to woman. But I say nobody to teach all how to
be a troll a lot passing like rain.
To want to make sure it make things happen down there because the man, Williams play.
Spatter rain, brothers and sisters. Spatter troll a lot rain.
In GIH when you place. Come in and just cuff people, slap people and thing. But burst back up before them. But you just look, I couldn't walk. Bash, you have to bed for 6 days and you're still smelling.
Like skunk. You have to pass to mat on you. You see that thing that passing around the neurovi, brothers and sisters, troll a lot, back throttle. What I say there that way? That's crazy.
You have to pay for 6 days. I thought you're still smelling. You have to wonder what are wrong with you now, because but your man put in my gloves.
You have to wonder what are wrong with you.
Next time.
What kind of thing is that, boy?
I wear gloves up well shell long and I belly long and it bago poo poo.
Boy, troll Lord.
Bago poo poo.
Now,
so one. The other one there. Advance. Mid is Nintendo. Bago poo poo.
Advance a setup. But what is it's effective? It will be effective, you know, guys. Trust me. But who can clean that up afterwards, boy? That is something else.
No, what I have to say, boy. No. That's it. They don't come to play. That's it. They don't come to play. I want to see, you know. I don't want to listen and check it, but Williams locking his more.
But that is something else, you guys. But I think that will be a better measure. Because one of the things that they're doing, they're trying to see how they can do things better, you know? Have drone in the sky. Okay, that person there, you have a set of people there. Okay, if you put people over there, that's what they're doing with the drone, brothers and sisters. They want to see where they can station people, you know, to kind of circle people and so forth. So they have the drone. I know they're doing it, you know, but I know exactly what they're doing. The drone in the sky, they see where the people are. Okay, you can go there, they mark it off and so forth, blah, blah, blah. And then in the sky, man, just following the people and so forth and so forth. So they can see how they can put people. But Salisbury people already know. They already know where the peoples are. So although you might see a few or 100 people there, there are still about 300-400 people that are just waiting for the action to start. And it's interesting when you find that out, but it's very interesting stuff. So these people know what they're doing. I think Dominicans need to properly strategize when it comes on to the situation right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, one of the videos that I was talking about is that very video that I saw. Now, brothers and sisters, when it comes on to what the police is doing, I think what they're doing is very illegal because they have no barricade regions. I understand if there's barricade regions and there's a reason why they have the barricade regions, that of which they can say, okay, don't go inside there and so forth and so forth. But you do not come in the public sphere and then tell people who walking on public's property as their servant to tell them, come out there. If it's me that was there standing up there, and if you come and touch me, that's battery. That's battery. You touch me, you have no permission to touch me. That is battery, brothers and sisters. Immediate. Because you are walking in the public's premises. You're not walking in a private area. I understand it's private area, you know. Or you on a school ground or this kind that's run by government. I understand this sentiment. But you're in the public's vicinity. And police tell you, come out there. On what merit do they have to tell you to come out there? What merit? All right. So Mr. telling the guy to come out there and make it noise with him is kind of crazy right there. But I also saw another video, brothers and sisters, with this guy coming through there. No, I don't know what's going on in this vicinity, but this is kind of crazy what happened right there. What is going on here? Okay. So, let me just make this render up, brothers and sisters, so that you can see clearly. All right. So, apparently, isn't that violence? What is the authority that the police gets to do this to people on the public vicinity? What? Now, brothers and sisters, that the man could have said to the police something. He could have cursed him. He could have do. He can. He can. The motive for the police, brothers and sisters, is to de-escalate the situation. And when the police comes and does stuff like this, which is illegal, you just punch him. You just do that way. And then you knock him out, man. You knock him out complete, brothers and sisters. Look at the man on the ground there. Lawyers, I mean, come on. That is an easy win. An easy win. All you need to do is get the person that recording the video to testify and say they are the one recording it and so forth and so. Write a written statement on this and bow. That is easy money. Dominicans, easy money. If it's me, I thanking the police for doing that way. I can fight the police. As I'm on the ground and I try to wake up, I say, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, officer. Oh, thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, brothers and sisters. Because the best way to end up getting $1 million at least is police brutality. That's the best way. Best way to make, you want to become $1 million, Dominica? You cannot make it, not in this economy, The best way, brothers and sisters, is police brutality. You see much cases in the United States has been won where people have been distributing 17, 10, 5 to, I think, $50 million. 50. That's the Judge Floyd situation. $50 million the family got. 50 million. You demand that. Although judge end up passing away, but this one he don't pass away, but he, you know, but that's a few $1 million you can get. But it's, come on, you know, a few $1 million you can get right there. And not only that, brothers and sisters, they also targeting others as well. Look, he's still on the ground, brothers and sisters. Look, he's still on the ground. They're doing him. Yeah, Elas, why not me? Why not me? Oh, I would have loved to make a money on Popo again. Yes, brothers and sisters. They did that to others as well. It seems like this guy pushed this guy on the ground. And an elderly man. They want them to leave the area, but they're in public sphere. How you can tell people to leave from the public? What is wrong with all you, boy? You telling people that walking in the road to move from the public. You cannot do that. You knock on the door, please, sir. I remember meeting him. Sir, I would advise you that you get a lawyer. Lawyer up. It's time to lawyer up, man. Or you want to make money? That is the best way to make money. I tell you all, you. It will take some time, but it must come through. Yes, it must come through. Government want to claim they don't have money. At least that police officer decided to help the elderly man. To help him up. And then they take the other partner they brutalize and, you know, with him. In the crowd watching. You realize, look the partner dressed in military. I don't know his costume they playing. Look, one black, one costume. He telling the man to move in the public sphere. How you can tell a man to do that? The other guy, the guy did not move. But sir, I would urge you, get your, it's on film. It's on film, you know. And after he tell him move, you see the man to move, you go about his business because you know you don't have right to touch the man. You have none. All these people you see in their dressing, they call in their Nintendo outfits. These guys are your servants, brothers and sisters. They're just in military fatigue, like as if, can you believe they are warring with the people of Dominica fighting for their rights, bruh? My God. Something is wrong with this world right now. Not the world, not Dominica. Something is very, very wrong right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, we are here to talk about the journalist who was attacked by police in Dominica. Antigua News picked it up. A number of other journalists around the Caribbean picked this up as well. A journalist is doing her job, ensuring that she reports on a matter that is pertaining to that of the people, brothers and sisters. That's what journalists tend to do. Well, then again, I have to report it that way. There are journalists and there are reporters. Reporters are a type of journalists. They just report what's happening. Then the journalists who weigh on the measure of certain circumstances where they look deeper into certain things, like what I tend to do when it comes on to finding information and putting it out there. So there are reporters and there are people who just report on what is taking place. But still, journalists are journalists nonetheless. So this lady that we're seeing right there is reporting what is taking place, and obviously has found the best place for her to do her reporting. Now, when it comes down to journalistic understanding, brothers and sisters, the journalists don't act as normal people. We are not normal people when it comes down to this sphere. However, the police can then do what? Guide us. They have to protect us. One, they must do that. One, two, and they can give advice on the certain things. Okay, I think it'll be better to do it over there, or so forth and so forth. It's interesting to find out that the police was trying to get these journalists to go into the line of fire that was taking place. Let's watch this video, guys. So this was a bit earlier on.
Yes, get out.
So she's right on that merit. There are other journalists there, yet still it seems like he's looking to target only her. Brothers and sisters, I wasn't there yet. So he's looking to only target her while the other journalists are there. It says something, doesn't it? No? Yes? Maybe? All right. So this area that you see in there with the people is what she's actually recording, and somebody's actually recording the police abusing the journalist.
You remember I warn you, get out of my area of operation. Get out. Get out. Yeah, I warning you? Okay. Yeah, I warning you, get
I
out.
am here by the other journalists. Look, you can see them right
Get
here.
out.
He doesn't
Get
have a
out.
problem.
That is very interesting. So these other journalists are right there. They're right there with her. But he's telling the other journalists to get out. You guys don't find it interesting that that's happening? Telling the other journalists to get out while there are other journalists standing there. One day we'll wake up, man. We'll wake up. All right.
With Kewana. Oh.
They are right there. And it's interesting that the journalists, seeing that a fellow journalist is being abused by the very police, and said nothing. They said absolutely nothing. Curtis pull up there smiling a little bit. Kewana pretending like she, where I be then? I don't know why I be. I'm not there.
Curtis, he only has a problem with me.
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Get out. I'll take your coming here. Get out.
You can take the person's possession. Who give you the right? Is still she steal it? Huh? How you mean you're going to take the person's possession? How are you going to do that?
I want you to get out. Get out. Get out.
You cannot touch it, boy. He's like, bruh.
Do not touch.
Get out, man. Get out.
You're gonna switch to a different angle.
Do not touch my
Get out,
camera.
get out, get
Don't
out.
touch my camera.
Get out. Get out, I tell you. Get out.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that. That's an individual not acting as a citizen in that regard. How can you not? You don't understand that.
Do not
out.
touch
Get
my
out.
camera. Okay.
Get out, get out.
Do not touch my
Get
camera,
out, I tell
officer
you. We're not in there.
JJ.
Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
When you don't know your rights, brother, when you don't know your rights, but then again, sometimes you might know your rights, but the police officer don't know the rights that you have. That's why sometimes it's very interesting for you to know what to do, when to do it, you know. The police officers might not know what right you have. What kind of training they giving them? Huh? What kind of training do they give these officers? That's why I really want to know. What training do they give these officers for them to be able to? You can't. The lady is a journalist. How you doing that? My Lord, boy.
Curtis, come out there. She look like she's using you for cover.
And Curtis them said nothing. They said nothing at all. This is what somebody had to say in that regard right there. Defend your fellow journalists. Speak up for her. You and Curtis Matthew failed. Yes. They failed miserably when it comes down to that. Your fellow journalists. I don't care if you for the government or against the government. There's a journalist right there. And you guys said nothing. Then she responded, Gasa is up on me, boss. You on all corners of the globe calling my name. You just like a biting midget trying to be funny. Then I think she made a statement in that regard right there stating, so what was I supposed to do? Cry? I wasn't laughing at the young lady situation. I should have, what is that? Gumenied? Whatever that means, brother and sister, with the police officer. Oh, please, relax already. You supposed to speak up for her. You could tell the police, no, that is not right. She's a journalist as well. You cannot do that. Speak up for the lady. As a fellow journalist, you watch as they abuse the lady, touching her equipment that they have no right to touch. You watched it. You and Curtis put up silently watching a fellow journalist. Brothers and sisters, that's why sometimes even if people might have the same sphere or characteristics or job description as you, that doesn't mean they care about you, no, brothers and sisters. Doesn't mean they care. You watch the lady, a fellow journalist, get abused by the police. Abused by the police, and said nothing, then asked what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to say, she's a journalist. You cannot do that, officer. Simple. Whether the officer decide to listen to you or not, you should stand up or should have stood up for the journalist. You did not do so. None of you did nothing about this. It's truly something else, man. So what was I supposed to do? Cry? Really? You could have opened your mouth and say she's a journalist. You cannot do that to the journalist. You cannot. Tell you. It's truly something else right there. Anyways, Emo decided that she's gonna put out a message or note, so to speak, a statement, and it reads: statement on the mistreatment of an EMONEWS reporter. The Constitution of the Commonwealth of Dominica, apparently, which we don't seem to abide by, guarantees, apparently the police officers don't know these things, but apparently the Constitution of Dominica guarantees the fundamental right and freedom of every person. Section 10 upholds the right to freedom of expression, aka press, while Section 8 ensures protection under the law. EMONEWS is deeply concerned and outraged by the incident of police mistreatment that occurred yesterday, brothers and sisters, March 19, 2025, near Fort Young Hotel in Rose. The action of the Assistant Commissioner of Police and other officers involved represent, we will show that video in a while, brothers and sisters, because there were two of them, apparently, that came out. This is just the subtle version, with the, hey, come out from there, come out there. Then there was, you know, the real abuse that took place, brothers and sisters. Anyways, and other officers involved represent not only a violation of constitutional rights, but also an unacceptable abuse of power by those sworn to protect and serve. Sworn to protect and serve. You could just advise the journalist, I don't think that is an area for you. That area, you could go somewhere else because you're trying to do something. Can you please go over there? Advise the journalists. But there were other journalists standing right there. It don't make sense to advise that one to go over there and the others there. That don't make any sense. It shows a level of bias, doesn't it? Why? That is the question right there, brothers and sisters. Why is there a level of bias? Since 2015, EMONEWS has been committed to reporting news and live events from around Dominica to the world, from covering Tropical Storm Maria and COVID, you know, Carnival, World Festival, funerals, you know, so forth and so forth. Maybe I don't want family friendly, brothers and sisters. Press conferences and many other events. We have brought Dominica to a global audience with a proud record of free and fair journalism right there. Well, I have to say, yes, definitely. Although sometimes the journalism need to be speaking about, okay, addressing this and not just showing. I think them are basically reporters in that regard right there. We firmly believe in the words of this person right there. The press is the guardian of the public's interest. Facts right there. Except if the press is already bought. And I'm not saying DBS is bought, but we don't know. Or do we? All right. Because of DBS, not true? All right then. But the press is the guardian of the public's interest. If the public wants to know certain things, they have a right to ask the people who are supposed to be servants of them, hey, you did this. Why did you do this? And what merit did you represent us in that regard? What is the outcomes of certain meetings that you have gone to representing us? What is the outcomes? Not true? The public needs to know. This is why the right set of questions need to be asked. Anyways, at EMONEWS, we take seriously our duty to inform the public, hold power to account, and report on events without fear, persecution, or mistreatment. No one should suffer mistreatment at the hands of law enforcement who are supposed to I tell you, especially a member of the free press. We demand full accountability, a thorough and impartial investigation and justice for the individual right there. Furthermore, we call for urgent reform to prevent such violations from occurring and to protect both the public's right to know. Yes, if you're working in the public's interest or the people hire you to do something and you don't want to work for them, I don't understand how the public doesn't get enraged by this. It's very interesting that I was shocked by the fact that the other journalists was stood up there and did absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. They say, hey, oh, you're roughing her up too much. At least say something. You stayed there quiet. And you think, bruh, where was I? Furthermore, we call for urgent reform to prevent such violations and recurrence, and to protect both the public's right to know and our right to report the news. EMONEWS stands firm in our commitment to justice, transparency, and human rights. We urge the responsible authorities to take immediate action to address these matters. They're not going to address anything. I think you guys should sue them. Simple. Why? Oh, we'll see in a while. Let's watch. It seems like she went to the side now because they were firing projectiles then. Yes. I was going to say something. Let me leave that there. So you saw they brought in these individuals. But you know what I noticed, brothers and sisters, when I saw this, and I was on the side of the thing when this took place. If you guys watch the vlog, you'll see when I left and I jumped up on the thing and I was looking at the thing. And I saw them right there, brothers and sisters. You know what I noticed? I noticed that they started sending tear gas. Now, I could be wrong in that, but that's what I noticed when I was there. They started this kind of thing when they realized more and more people were coming. They realized more and more people were coming, and as a result, to break up the situation, they started sending, rubber stuff and tear gas in the area. That's what I noticed right there. Well, let's continue.
Can I go into this?
Get up.
Can I go into?
They're telling the journalists to go into the line of fire. Bro.
You want me to break it? The officer asked you.
You want to break my thing? Look at what the man do. Look at
You touch, that is already, you touch the girl, the woman's thing. You touch it. You touch the woman's devices.
and what the gentleman did.
I tell you, so my goodness. Oh, you too nice. Police doesn't be nice with us, you know that. Police does not be nice with nobody. Therefore, if they're not nice, you have to hit them where it hurts. With finances, brothers and sisters, you get compensated for it. You have to get compensation for these things. It's unfortunate that I have to say this, the very police officer themselves are the ones who most likely don't even know the laws. How you can do this to a journalist?
To my camera, I was hiding over here, not troubling anybody, and that police officer just do something to my camera there. Where I be there, not in anybody's position. So I cannot go there. How you expect me to go this way?
I'm going to escort you.
You're going to escort me there?
Yes,
But you have no mask, nothing. Okay, can I go? Some ladies went that way. Can I go that way?
Let us go.
Yes, sir. Stones, and look at me. Can you?
Let us go this way.
Sir, I am afraid to go that way. Stones are coming this way.
And she's not lying. There were people throwing stone. This is why one of the officers ended up throwing back stone, and then I think it was JJ or whoever told the other officer, don't do that.
Let me my tripod.
So de-escalate here, boy.
Let me go.
They have the person's tripod.
And you will break my phone. But why are you upset?
Yeah, that is a lawsuit. That is a lawsuit right there. So that is state Dominica has reached, huh? The state Dominica has reached. Shame on Curtis and Kiwana, senior media people, for not standing for the young female reporter of EMONEWS. It's just interesting, guys. It's just interesting the kind of state that it is. I think all the of people in authority need to go and read the very book that they're supposed to be upholding. But then some of them say no law, no constitution is what they want. And sometimes they might buy these people. I once heard that there was back in history where JJ was actually for the people, and apparently maybe he saw some monies, I don't know. You realize sometimes we've seen a set of people who had principle, they just change their principle out, and they all of a sudden just start doing better economically, individually economically. You notice this, brothers and sisters, or am I the only one? You assaulted the media personality. You insulted the journalist, the fellow journalist. Well, not fellow, but you assaulted her. And almost destroyed her device, if her device had not destroyed. But one of your authorities, not your authorities, one of your police officers who apparently did not know the law, you touched the woman's thing, boy. Yeah. You see all what we just watched there to the brothers and sisters. This is Dominica, you know. This is what Dominica has become. When the authorities feel like they know better than the very laws that are meant to protect the people. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in that regard right there. But I think all the individuals who have been affected by police, you should sue them. I think that is one of the best ways to stop them from doing the march that they're doing. But even if they don't stop, at least you'll be compensated for it. At least. That is the least that can happen for you. The most that can happen, you get compensated, as well as, you know, that behavior stopping. Because sometimes you have to hurt people with the pockets. But sometimes when you say a man fighting if you and a man to come and beat you up and all this, just let him beat you. But sometimes you have to make them pay by their pockets. It's unfortunate that is the circumstances that has to happen in Dominica. That's the only way you can stop them. They say Dominica how much money they want raise. Police want raise. Oh, give me raise and all these things. They want benefits. Well, take some of the benefits, man. Take some of the things that would benefit them. Make it benefit you instead. Because what is right is right. What is not right is wrong. You know that? What is right will always be right. What is not right is wrong, brothers and sisters. So hopefully something can be done in that regard right there. So them want, I think they say they want an apology or something of that sort. They want to have, a full investigation into these matters. There should be a full investigation into the matters. Do you think that they're going to be doing investigation, brothers and sisters? We demand full accountability, a thorough and impartial investigation, and justice for the reporter right there. I definitely think that you guys should sue. That's no, brothers and sisters, I'm not the person that will say, oh, just sue everybody. No, but this has gone far too long, too much. Far too long and too much, man. Something needs to be done. Let me know your thoughts, brothers and sisters. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. This is pretty much all I have for this here reaction, brothers and sisters. Definitely check out the first comment in the comment box below to get the vibrations of what took place in Salisbury today. From my point of view, brothers and sisters, and of course, also a number of persons will tell me go live. I could have gone live. I mean, you guys know from time to time I tend to go live on BrBpTV. But I don't just go live anywhere and everywhere. I have certain reasons why I don't go live. There's a number of reasons why I don't go live, brothers and sisters. That's why I tend to record the video and then I put out all the information that you will see from beginning to end and make it make sense right there. That's why I tend to do the stuff that I do and not just, oh, people say this and people say that, and, you know, no, not just that, brothers and sisters. Anyways, that's why I don't go live, okay? Anyways, brothers and sisters, let me know your thoughts in this regard. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. And of course, with that said right there, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that right there. Subscribe if you've not done so yet. Subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get the latest vibrations when they do definitely tend to come through or when I publish them right there. Be real, brothers and sisters. Salute the king always, despite the odds. He's still there, you know. We're saluting the king, man. Ha! And with that said right there, brothers and sisters, be positive.